It's okay.
Hello, graduates of the class of 2021. Welcome, and welcome to campus. My name is Wayne Edwards, Professor and Chair of American Studies, Media and Communications. Having recently returned to Old Westbury's faculty ranks after serving in several administrative posts, I thank our president, Dr. Timothy Sams, our provost, Dr. Duncan Qualis, and Ms. Danielle Collins-Groner, chair of our commencement committee, for asking me to do the honors of greeting you today. It's a privilege that I do not take lightly. That said, welcome graduates of the class of 2021. As I prepared my notes, I started to write welcome students, but I had to check myself because after Sunday's commencement ceremony, you are no longer students. You are now officially alumni of the college, so give yourselves a well-earned round of applause. I am also thrilled this afternoon to extend greetings to two very special guests. Dr. Jim Malatras, Chancellor of SUNY. Thank you so much for being here with us. And Millie Mercajani, Chair of our College Council. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for being here, very special. Thank you. I also extend greetings to faculty, staff, administrators, members of the College Council, the College Foundation, and friends of the college who are with us today, either in person or virtually. And last but not least, extend greetings to your families, your friends, and other loved ones who have supported you throughout your impressive academic journey. Please make some noise to show them your love and appreciation. That sounded pretty good, so I guess you're ready. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce someone who is not only a dear friend and colleague, but more importantly, someone who holds a special place in the Old Westbury family. Laura Anker is a distinguished service professor of American Studies and director of the first-year experience and community action, learning, and leadership programs. There you go. The CALL program has earned Old Westbury a place on the President's Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll from its inception in 2007 until the program was unfortunately disbanded in 2016. Dr. Anker is co-editor of the Ethics of Engagement, Educating Leaders for a Just World, co-author of Women of Courage, a study of Jewish and Italian immigrants in New York, and has published peer-reviewed articles and presented papers at national and international conferences on the importance of civic engagement and community learning for retention, intercultural understanding, social activism, and effective global citizenship. In addition to being an esteemed academician, Laura Anker is also a community leader and frequent speaker on issues of education and immigration. Dr. Anker was elected to the East Hampton Union Free School District for 7 terms, that's 21 years, and served both as its president and vice president. She's also served on the executive committee of the East Hampton Group for Good Government. In 2018, Laura Anker was honored by the Old Westbury College Foundation with the Leadership Award, and in 2019 was awarded the Outstanding Experiential Educator for Higher Education by the National Society for Experiential Education. So I guess you see by now I could go on and on with accolades, but rather than do that, I think you're better served hearing from her directly. So ladies and gentlemen, please give your warmest welcome to Dr. Laura Anker.
Thank you, thank you. And I want to share my greetings also to Dr. Malatras, Dr. Millie Makajani, and our president, Dr. Sams Wayne Edwards. Thank you, and Daniel Collins Kroner, and all our faculty and staff, our provost, everybody who's here. But most importantly, my congratulations to the class of 2021, the largest graduating class in Old Westbury's history. Let's give yourselves a big hand. While we were able to honor you virtually in Sunday's grand formal graduation with all its pomp and circumstance, we are also so happy to be able to celebrate your achievements in these small, more personal ceremonies on Old Westbury's beautiful campus. And I can say that I am so happy to be here today with you at Old Westbury. Just let's give another round of applause for being on campus. Although health precautions imposed by COVID-19 prevent your parents and extended families and significant others from being in this room with us today, we're live streaming this festivities, and you'll be able to take pictures with them outside and celebrate. Faculty, people will come out to help you, to join you in pictures so that you can memorialize these days. I know that as your greatest cheerleaders, your parents join us in applauding your achievements, academic, personal, and civic, the ways you have grown and the obstacles you've overcome to graduate from Old Westbury. Without their love and support, you would not be college graduates. Please join me in applauding them. Born out of the struggles for civil rights and economic, racial, and gender equality in the 1960s, Old Westbury is a young college with a long tradition of commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, educational empowerment, active learning, community engagement, and leadership for change. From its inception, Old Westbury was committed to providing an elite liberal arts interdisciplinary education in a democratic context, to educating those who had been traditionally bypassed by American higher education: women, students of color, immigrants, working class young people, and older adults. By graduating, you demonstrate that you have claimed, in the words of Adrienne Rich, this very special college education. Although we often talk about the gift of education, Adrienne Rich reminds us that learning is never passively received. It requires active engagement and the courage to challenge preconceived ideas and boundaries. So many of you represent the first generation in your families to graduate from college. Some of you have overcome homelessness and discrimination, like our much decorated president of SGA, Khalif Matulis, who has literally won more awards than I can remember in my 40 years or 40 plus years at Old Westbury. Most of you have worked often too many hours to help support yourselves while in college and to contribute to your families. Your graduation itself challenges the widening economic and racial divide in American society. By being here today and in your contributions to your families and communities, you personify Mahatma Gandhi's often quoted phrase, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." I know that the faculty, administrators, staff gathered here today share my respect and admiration, even awe at the enormity of your accomplishments. Graduating from college is a major achievement in normal times, but you have persevered under the most challenging of circumstances, a worldwide pandemic that has ravaged our nation and the globe, forcing you to complete the last year and a half of your college education remotely. Despite the difficulties of a transition to virtual learning, you've excelled academically and contributed as tutors, teaching assistants, college and community ambassadors, poll watchers, essential workers, and so much more. You are leaving us to continue your education in graduate programs in law, international labor relations, economics, political science, business, public policy, and social work, to begin your careers serving our society in unions, government, and the private sector, always speaking truth to power and understanding that education is the essential foundation of a democratic society and engaged global citizenship. As college graduates, you will enjoy more rewarding careers and earn at least $1 million more over your lifetime than those whose highest degree is a high school diploma. But your Old Westbury liberal arts education will continue to enrich your lives in so many more important ways than money, making you happier and transforming your careers, friendships, ideas, values, and communities, the person you are and whom you will become. I can testify that learning from the differences and similarities in your voices and stories, inside and outside the classroom, has shaped my life and who I am as a teacher, historian, community activist, friend, spouse, mother, and grandparent. And I was thinking before that it has also transformed the lives of my children, because who we are, we transmit to the people that we love and the people we come in contact with. And I think that this is really, in a way, the way we mark immortality in this great universe that we are part of, that we are tiny specks in, as Albert Einstein once said. You are graduating at a particularly difficult time for our nation during a global pandemic which has taken so many lives and accentuated the problems of racism and inequality that have plagued our country from its inception and continue to undermine our democracy and our humanity. But you, the Old Westbury graduating class of 2021, make this also a time of great hope and optimism for a better future. The unique diversity of Old Westbury has enriched your classrooms and challenged all of you to listen more fully, reflect more deeply, think more critically, decide more ethically, care more intensely, love more broadly, and act more courageously and compassionately in everything you do. It has taught you, in the words of Martin Luther King, that an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. As Old Westbury graduates, you know that the greatest measure of success is the contributions you make to the community. You have learned from the distinct experiences and perspectives of your classmates and faculty to speak out and act against racism, sexism, inequality, and cruelty, to break that silence and bridge some of those differences between us, as Audre Lorde reminds us. For it is not difference which immobilizes, but silence. To a nation and world torn apart by racism, hate, inequality, and the decimation of the environment, You bring the ideals and values expressed in Old Westbury's historic social justice mission: access and equity, inclusivity, critical thinking, empathy, creativity, intercultural understanding, lifelong learning, and civic activism, a commitment to building a more just and sustainable world. As graduates, you have become part of Old Westbury's history, but you also join the family of global alumni, 31,000 people strong, who will continue to shape the college's future. We look forward to staying in touch and connected as you embark on your future journeys, and hope that you will channel the magic of Old Westbury to the problems of your communities, our nation, and the globe, today and in the future. Thank you, and congratulations. And now it is my great honor to introduce our new president, Dr. Timothy E. Sams. Dr. Sams began his tenure as the 6th president of Old Westbury in January 2021, amid the COVID-19 pandemic, protest, political unrest, and the college's pivot to virtual learning. A very brave act. Dr. Sams brought with him 3 decades of experience in improving academic success and college completion, particularly for students from underrepresented and marginalized communities. In the 4 short months since his arrival, Dr. Sams' commitment to Old Westbury students and to our mission has won him the admiration, respect, and affection, the love, in fact, of the entire Old Westbury community. His leadership promises to advance Old Westbury's impact on the local and global community, and our standing as one of the most diverse colleges in the nation, with a commitment to educational excellence, access and equity, and just one more time, to building a more just and sustainable world. Dr. Sams.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Before I give my remarks, I'm going to ask for a couple of things. First, join me in welcoming our Chancellor, the Chancellor of the State University of New York System, Chancellor Dr. Jim Malatras. Also, this is her home though, but we still want to recognize her, our College Council Chair, Ms. Millie Makanjani. Please, one more time for a great set of words, just excellent. I mean, we've heard them a few times, but they ring true every single time. Thank you, Dr. Anker. And then join me in thanking Dr. Edwards for managing and facilitating and being the MC today. Thanks, Dr. Edwards. And Danielle Collins-Groner for all the work that she's done putting together what, in my opinion, was an awesome virtual graduation, as well as 14 of these receptions. Thank you very much. In addition to your committee. And then finally, in terms of thanks, I will ask that you recognize the fact that it wasn't just Danielle. There are a lot of people who greeted you. There are folks who were waiting eagerly for you when you walked in. There are folks who have been here for the last 10 days, including the weekend, mowing the lawn, making sure the flowers were watered, et cetera, et cetera. This moment has been special for everyone here on campus because they are immensely excited, immensely proud of you, and they thought it not robbery to do their little role in preparing for this moment for you. So please join me in thanking everyone who made this moment possible. And I just want to say something. Dr. Anker said that I was courageous. Coming here during a pandemic, social unrest, et cetera, it wasn't that tough. Be honest with you, when I met with the selection committee, and ultimately when I talked to Millie Makanjani, and when you talk to Dr. Malatras, when he says you should do it and with the passion and the commitment, particularly to social justice. This guy quotes the folks that I thought I was only quoting. And he meant it and he knew it. I knew in that moment, that period, that I was making the right decision because it was full alignment with the values, the things that have only ever driven me to do higher education. So it wasn't that tough. I'll take the courage, but it wasn't that tough. And I'm glad to be able to say that. On Sunday, virtually, we recognized approximately 1,400 undergrads and graduate students who completed their studies here at Old Westbury. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we had to conduct the ceremony virtually. But in my opinion, we did a great service to you, our graduates. Yet today, we continue to honor you, graduates, with the recognition ceremony that is designed to allow you to have an in-person opportunity, most especially with your professors. My job simply is to welcome you to today's ceremony. But let me also tell you, in addition to providing you with an opportunity to say one last thank you and one final goodbye to your professors, we also needed an opportunity to wear our regalia. So the reason we're smiling, in addition to being proud of you, we got to wear our regalia, all right? Look at that, look at that. Look at the chancellor, right? So we're really happy right now to be with you and to wear our regalia. But seriously, we owe you graduates an even greater note of gratitude for allowing us to be part of your growth and your development, your learning over the past 2, 4, 5, 6 years. We really appreciate it. We consider it an honor that you selected us to bring you to the next stage of your life with greater competency, greater courage, a louder voice, but most importantly, the ability to make the kind of impact that Dr. Anker spoke about earlier. We are honored to have had that opportunity to do this. And at the same time, as we thought that we were teaching you something, we're clear about the fact that you taught us so many lessons in life, and we thank you for that as well. By way of formally welcoming you, I'll tell you this. When in Ghana, West Africa, you return from a trip, you are brought into the living room or the family room, you sit down, they bring you a cold beverage, the family come, and they look at you and they ask you a very simple question. One question upon which you are to expound, possibly for the next hour. The question is, what have you done since we last saw you? What have we done since we last saw you? That feels appropriate to me right now in this moment, because we haven't seen you in person for over 1.5 years, which is a long time in our world. But in that 1.5 years, you've quarantined, you've worked, some of you worked extra hours, you took care of your families. Some of you may have said your final goodbyes to loved ones. You took to the streets to organize against racial injustice, all while maintaining your focus on your goal of graduating and finishing here in this spring of 2021. So it's fair to say that you stayed focused, stayed rigorous, and stayed committed to your future in the time since we last met. And because of that, today, we are immensely, immensely proud of you. We honor you, and we welcome you to your well-earned recognition ceremony. Congratulations. While we celebrate today the achievements of all graduates who are with us, I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize one participant today who has truly excelled. This student is well known to those of us in the college's administration. That's not always a good thing, all right? But I can assure you in this case, has been a wonderful thing. After struggling through high school and then being on his own for a period of time, this student found SUNY Old Westbury. And our campus is much better because of it. Khalif Shaq Metellus began as a student 3 years ago with no college experience to lean on. Election as president of the Student Government Association soon followed, a post Khalif has held for the past 2 years. Across his time at Old Westbury, he has been a strong advocate for students, a very strong advocate for students. I've been doing this work for 30 plus years. He, by far, has been the strongest I've ever seen. Yes, that's right. He's also been a proponent of new and different campus life opportunities and a catalyst for positive change on campus. He earned more awards than any of us can count, but we're gonna try. Okay, so when I give you the list, you count, all right? Hopefully I don't read too fast, but I'm gonna try to jam you up and do it. Okay. He has received the Norman R. McConney Jr. Award for Educational Opportunity Program Student Excellence, the SUNY Student Assembly Student Government Association President of the Year Award, Politics, Economics, and Law Service Award, Dean Award for Outstanding Leadership, SUNY Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence, Vice President for Student Affairs Award for Academic Excellence and Leadership, EOP Academic Excellence Award, EOP Academic Achievement Award, Lavender Graduation Bridge Award, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Award, Most Involved Student in 2020, SGA Man of the Year in 2020, Most Influential Student in 2020, Student Advocate of the Year in 2021, Student Leader of the Year in 2021, Humanitarian of the Year in 2021, and Program of the Year, SGA Juneteenth March for Social Justice in 2021. You've heard much today about the empowerment that comes from a SUNY Old Westbury education and the activism we hope you will bring to your jobs and lives as you move forward. The SUNY-wide SGA President of the Year Award shows that Khalif Shaq Metellus embraces and reflects those ideals, and I am certain he will continue to do so wherever life may lead. Khalif, would you please stand for one final moment so we can thank you for your service to our campus and recognition for your service. Congratulations, well deserved. Now, I ask Dr. Edwards to return to the podium.
So as we move toward the conclusion of today's program, I want to thank Dr. Sams and Dr. Anker for their inspiring words. Can we give them another round of applause? And of course, need to thank Khalif for all that he's done for the college. I know he's just at the beginning of his journey, so there are greater and greater things to come. So before you move on as alumni of this wonderful institution, I'd like to ask you if we can make a deal, actually 2 deals. So the first, as I was growing up, my mother made clear to her children, excuse me, my older brother, my younger sister, and myself, that if you're fortunate enough, she actually used the word blessed, if you're blessed enough to achieve any level of success in life, it's because someone, or more likely many someones along the way, reached out a hand and helped pull you along. Okay, so now as alumni of SUNY Old Westbury, as you go out into the world and you're representing the college, and we know you're going to do great things, but what I want to ask you is the first part of the deal is, can you agree that when you're out there and the opportunities, wherever your career path takes you, however you get to where you're going, I can guarantee you that along the way, there will be opportunities that you'll have when you can reach out and help someone, just as folks have helped you get here today. So first part of the deal, can I ask if you're willing and able to reach out as you move forward and help others? Yeah. And that, okay, that was all right. But that was, I'm gonna keep it real. That was a little raggedy, right? So can we do this, right? Can we count on you, SUNY Old Westbury alums, to go out into the world and reach out and help others as others have helped you, I should say. Can we count on you to do that? All right, there you go. Thank you. Now, I did say this is a two-part deal, right? So here's the second part of the deal. No college, no university survives, much less thrives, without a strong alumni base. You are now part of the alumni family of Old Westbury, over 31,000 strong globally. You are now part of that family. And as such, yes, we're going to call on you to help support SUNY Old Westbury. Now, if you're sitting there saying, wait, is he gonna like hit us up for some money today, right? So sort of a two-part answer. The first part is, yes, we are going to hit you up for some money, but the no part is not today, okay? But you will hear from Ms. Penny Chin, who's in the back of the room. Penny, if you would raise your hand. Penny Chin is our Director of Alumni Affairs. If you haven't heard from her yet, I guarantee you will, okay? But let me explain something. When we talk about supporting the institution financially, so why is that important? Because the dollars that you give back to the college help provide scholarships, right? And I know for a fact that some of you in this room have benefited from scholarships. Helps provide money for faculty research. Helps provide funding for programs and activities for students, for a robust student life. And your support in fundraising campaigns, like our recent Student Emergency Fund campaign that raised over $100,000, and I'd be remiss if I don't say with a match from SUNY, right? Helped raise over $100,000 to provide pandemic-related relief for students in need. So we count on you. That's one way to give back, one way to reach out that hand. But it's not always about dollars, okay? Because you may get a call or an email letting you know that, we have an event coming up, and we would love if you would come back to campus and speak to students, speak to current students who can benefit from your experience, from your wisdom, right? And that's another way to help pull folks along. to help others as others have helped you. So, can we count on you to stay in touch with the college, to help out the college however you're able? Can we count on you for that? I like the woo, but the yes, can we count on you for that? All right. Thank you. And you know this is recorded, so we got everybody on camera here. Okay, so we'll move forward to the conclusion of our ceremony. Here's what we'll do. Graduates will move row by row with the help of volunteer ushers, starting from the back of the room up to the podium. As you pass the screen on your left, our Zoom screen, you may see a professor or two or three waiting to say hello to you. So please take a moment and say hello if you know them and they know you. So stop by the Zoom station. Remember to leave space between you and the person in front of you. We are still social distancing. Hand your yellow name card at the podium to Danielle and cross the stage as your name is read. Stop for a photo with President Sams, and I'm hoping Chancellor Malatris, and I'm hoping Council Chair Munkajani. Take a picture with them. Those will go for some good money on eBay down the line, I'm telling you. I'm just saying. Okay, so stop for the photo. Faculty in attendance, thank you for being here. Faculty in attendance will greet you after you take the photo. And then I'm going to ask that you return to your seat. You'll also get a really nice old Westbury swag bag with all kind of cool stuff in it, courtesy of the Student Government Association. After you do that, please return to your seats for one last old Westbury formality. And then after which you can take pictures, go outside, take pictures with friends, family, faculty. Okay, so Dr. Sams, can I please ask you to take your position in the center of the stage along with Chancellor Manatris and Council Chair Mukajani? I would like to invite to the podium Acting Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Amanda Friskin, to read the names of our graduates. Congratulations all. Go forth, go proudly, and go Old Westbury strong.
Donnell Miller, Industrial and Labor Relations. Brian Joseph, Politics, Economics, and Law, cum laude. Nicole We'll keep them in suspense. Nicole Cervera, Politics, Economics, and Law. Justin Cherry, Politics, Economics, and Law. St. Fort Joseph, Industrial and Labor Relations. Emmanuel Petit Frere, Industrial and Labor Relations. Francis Malone, Politics, Economics, and Law. Hannah Elgarani, Politics, Economics, and Law. Lisette Melos, Politics, Economics, and Law. Robert A. Hansen, Politics, Economics, and Law, magna cum laude. Brett Kahn, Politics, Economics, and Law. Jeffrey Perez, Industrial and Labor Relations. One second. Anthony D'Souza, Liberal Arts. Madison Bokelman, Politics, Economics, and Law, cum laude. Stephanie Rodriguez, Politics, Economics, and Law, magna cum laude. Alexandra Blass, Industrial and Labor Relations. Vinette Wallach, Industrial and Labor Relations. Crystal Fitzpatrick, Industrial and Labor Relations, magna cum laude. Rufaro Collins, Politics, Economics, and Law. Wandel Perez, Politics, Economics, and Law. And last but not least, Khalif Shak Metelis, Politics, Economics, and Law.
It's a labor of love, though. You can see that. And it feels great to see them excited. And going outside after makes everything worth it when their parents are out there and we have music. And, it makes me emotional. Me too.
Is that everyone? Okay. Congratulations again to you. I'm going to ask first for you students to turn to your professors and tell them thank you one last time for all that they have poured into you with a rousing round of applause. And now I will ask your professors and all the faculty and staff who are in here to turn to you and to extend a hearty congratulations and a rousing round of applause for your accomplishment. Congratulations. One final formality. Take your tassel and move it to the right side of your mortarboard. This is that moment you didn't get to do on Sunday. On the count of 3, you're going to move it to the left side of your mortarboard. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, you have officially graduated from Old Westbury 2 times. Our ceremony has concluded. We are so proud of you, and thanks for giving us this opportunity to send you off. Congratulations, and go out there and change the world.